Yes. Welcome. Hi, everyone. I am Lisa, Creatively Lisa, high vibing in from Long Beach, California. I'm so excited to be here today. Last week was extraordinary, and I'm so excited to share what I learned about the environment, our pets, and the energy that is all around us. So today we're going to touch a little bit on that, and it's going to be going a lot deeper throughout the rest of the week and in the content to come. I've got amazing slides, but since I'm using all my devices, including my phone, I will share those with you later on today in the group. So anyway, let's get started. So today's live is specifically going over the science of frequency with essential oils. That is what we're going to be going over today, and how that intertwines with our fur babies. Now, if you've been following me or know or in my group, I talk about the correlation between energy and how we feel, and therefore feels their energy. So it's all about being. I discovered through a lot of the crazy stuff that's in my own body and in my own environment and in this environment too. This trip was like what's the word I'm looking for? I hopped into a shower of energy just washed over me. I felt amazing and so calm. And nature in itself is so healing for our bodies. I discovered that, as you know. And between essential oils. So I've been using essential oil years, since probably about 2005 or 6. I was introduced to Young Living and the products, and I bought a ton of oils, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I loved them. Loved how them, but I had no idea. Forward to 2016, I'm a girl already, and we were navigating clean living, honestly, and a better diet. She was already on raw by that point, and I raised her on raw, and so I was very conscious of the diet and the environment, but I just didn't know a lot about different products and stuff that theoretically appear to be safe but aren't, and I didn't realize the depth of the opposite. I knew it was bad because I lost my boy because of it, but I didn't realize the depth. So it was very started my Young Living personally in 2000, and started feeling different, going even deeper, and that's what's so unique about the product. Work with our fur babies is our fur babies are so energetic. They're all energy. That's where they live. We're down here in the monkey muck. They're up here trying to pull us up. And that energy is so amazing when we can connect with it. And a cool, easy way to connect with it is clean living and essential oils, because they're going to raise your frequency and your vibration up to the level that they are at, so we can have a better life, live better, live healthy, and live more in intention with our fur babies. And what that also does is when we start cleaning out all the toxins, guess what happens? Our fur babies live longer. Yes, they do. Every little thing we do makes a difference. And I learned so much at this convention. And even at this point, I am all in 110%. And there's still things that I didn't realize. I only learned this year about the toxicity in our environment outside. I mean, obviously, chemtrails and all the stuff everywhere, but not to the depth. And started, I listened to one of the talks on glyphosate at the event, and it blew me away. completely blew away. And I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't know. I didn't know. And that's what I'm here to share with you so that you don't have to sit and go, oh, what did I do? I didn't know. I'm going to tell you. So let's get started. The Oils and Animals Conference was in Utah, in an area called Mona, Mount Nebo, which is right next to it, juniper trees and all of that there. And then it's the farm right there. That's where this convention was held. It's a full-on farm that grows its own vegetables, all organic, all in nature, and the soil and everything around it is pristine. And there's a horse farm, Percherons, and tons of dogs and all sorts of animals all over the place. So it was just amazing being and learning everything. So my heart is just so full. I left stressed, feeling about with my home situation. And it was nice to be able to step away from the crazy, so to speak, and get back to nature. But even more importantly, what I did. And so I saw the science, not just what I thought, but the actual science with it, and the spirit of it, all mixed in. The science, the spirit, the heart behind it all, and why essential oils and why holistic living is so important. And we are going to talk about. So first, what I learned. I'm going to do things that I learned that was just literally like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I can go into it a little more. And if you have any questions or anything about what I'm talking about here, feel free to leave a comment. I will respond back to you and answer your questions, because I took so many pictures and slides and you name it. And so I have all of this stuff. So, and I will be happy to share all of that with you. Oh, you know what I want to do? What I want to share first and foremost is, we go to these, I go to this, and I got to tell you, man, just always go above and beyond. So at this event, I got this beautiful backpack filled with a notebook so that I can always be on point. And while I'm there, and I got an entire collection, the Animal Sense collection. They don't even make these anymore. They special made them just for us. So I got this beautiful Animal Sense Care collection. I use the oils regularly. They include Mendwell, which helps heal. It is Paraguise, that's going to help clear up and with tummy aches and stuff. And we'll go in a little bit deeper in this. And then we've got PuriClean, which disinfects wounds, like literally cleans it out. So when I had what was it, the end of September, I had a nasty fall here at this property, a really bad fall. And I tore my hand, yes, in process, which I'm dealing with, but I also just butchered my legs, my knees, my legs, my right foot, all the way, just cut up horribly bad. And so my housemate helped me put alcohol on it, and I said, no, we're not doing that. I went and I put drops of it on the open wound and let it sit. Then I went behind it with Infect Away and make sure that there was no infection in it. And then last but not least, I put on Medwell over the top of it. And then I sealed it with the Animal Sense ointment. Put a bandage on it, let it go. Within 20 hours, I took bandage off to clean it and to put a new bandage on, and it calmed down completely. No scabbing, no massive horrible scab, and it looked amazing. And I've actually photographed this, and so I will post this later on, how amazing this, it just blew me away. I took photographs, and in less than 2 weeks, within about 3 days, the one on my left knee was completely healed up. And the one on my right knee was much bigger and deeper. So it took a little longer, but it never really hurt. I never broke anything open because of how it healed. It healed from the inside out, and it was completely healed and gone in less than 2 weeks. And that's because I used the animal sense line on it, because it works for people. Doesn't matter. And it was remarkable how quickly it healed. And so that's what I got also. And we got organic meals every single day at the event, and teas, and infused water, and Ningxia every day, Zing every day, and Nitro every single day to keep us moving along and very focused and clear-headed. And if you don't know what those are, it is a beverage that is good for people and animals alike, and it helps with inflammation, focus, clarity, weight management, and a plethora of other things. And so I had that. And then I like the Zing. It is a effervescent version that gets, you don't have to drink, so if you like or soda, it'll take you off of that because it's actually healthy for you. And then the Nitro is like a 5-hour energy drink, only it's actually good for you with vitamins. Those were everyday occurrences, and the event was just extraordinary. It took place in 2 separate locations at the barn. All the hands-on and the things with the horses and the dogs were actually being done. And then inside the main room, conference room, was where all of the other seminars and sessions were. So those oils were amazing. And what I learned, so let me get back to what I learned. What blew me away was that every single organ in our body has scent receptors. Doesn't matter. Your heart. Every organ in our body has scent receptors. And it's constantly wondering and trying to find, looking for scent. And so if this means don't just smell good, they actually get directly with our cells in our body. And the oils actually go to where they need to. And when we put intention with them specifically, and the body absorbs it and starts the healing process immediately. And so emotions, now this is good and bad, this is learned. Animals and us, their energy field also, this is something also I learned. So animals' energy field and our energy are completely different. So an animal's energy field goes out, is 10 times the size of their body. So it's huge. And so you wonder why your dog's reactive across the street or out. They have an overactive energy field to bring it in. It's about 10 times their body size in around. Ours is only 3 to 4 feet, so it's very small compared to theirs. So that is something that they feel everything, emotion, toxins, and intention. So those scent receptors are picking up everything. They're picking up the toxins, picking up the sense that we're giving them, all unintentional, and emotions have scent also. So when you have problems going on in your body, ask yourself, what's that coming from? Same with your dog. When you're wondering what's going on with your dog, it could be that, and they're picking up on you. They will pull disease, sadness, emotion from us to protect us. This is something that when you're aware of it, you have to really check yourself, because the last thing I ever wanted to do was give my babies illnesses or stress because of my crazy stuff in my head half the time. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. We go through, we don't even realize it. And so this is something that's prevalent. And so all of these things are playing a huge role with our pups. Listening to you, or if they're all over the place, you got to ask yourself, what's going on with me? take a deep breath, grab an oil, and we're going to go into this a little deeper as well, because everything else in regards to this also, and it made so much sense. Grab an oil, take a deep breath, and sit and meditate and relax and calm down. When you can relax and get in a peaceful state, your body feels that way and has a more of an equilibrium where they feel better. And they're more calmer, they'll listen to you more, and they're more focused on you. That's pretty spectacular. So now let's go through a few things here, because we're going to out toxins. What I learned was it still to this day surprises me, but at the same time it doesn't, because most every company out there is for the buck. So we learned that glyphosate, this wonderful, horrible toxin, not one is incredibly bad for our body. One of the most toxic chemicals on the planet, glyphosate. And now they've changed the name of it to about 5 different names, and some of the versions are 10 times worse. And when I heard the story, and later on this week in my posts, in regards to a baby foal that was just born in glyphosate, it was very, very saddening. It broke my heart, actually. But it's all because of this chemical, and we're not paying attention to it, and it's in everything. Everything. If you're not eating organic, you're eating glyphosate, and it sits in our brains first and foremost. It's fatty area, any fat areas. And our body does not know how to break down. They don't know what they are, so they show them in our fat cells, and so we're filled full of toxins, and that's because he doesn't know what to do with it. And so glyphosate is heavy on everything. It's put on the soil. It's in the soil it's in the water supply, a pristine water source away from everything else. And your area is completely cleaned of the glyphosate. And I also learned a recipe on how to actually clean it out of your yards and lawns and outside, how to clean it out of your dog, and how to clean it out of you. All 3. A variation of one oil and a recipe around it. Pretty fantastic. I'm going to start doing it right away. And when I go home to visit my mom, I'm going to do her yard too. Because these things play a key role in how we live and what we do. It hides in everything. And the other name are horrendous. And again, if you want to know what they are, let me know and I will give you that. And it accumulates in our bodies silently. We don't think it's on there, but it's on there, and it stays on there. That's why I'm committed to using essential oils that are truly pure. And Young Living is the only one that's grown and bottled with integrity. If you're using essential oils and they're not Young Living, stop it, because they're filled with glyphosate, and that's going right into your cells, because the body opens up for it. So if there's anything else, you're going to get it too. Whereas with Young Living, there ain't nothing but the oil or whatever the product is. So it's truly safe. When people say, oh, it doesn't work, it's because you're not using the oils and the frequency, and it works. Body already is feeling it. As I had an event recently, I was telling a lady about how when you put peppermint on the sole of your feet, taste it in your mouth. She's like, nah. So she came back to my next event, and she's all, I got to be honest about that. You put it on your feet and you taste it in your mouth right away. I didn't believe you. So I went home and I did it. And she goes, it was shocking. I was so surprised because I tasted it right away. And that's because it hits every cell in your body right away, and it starts doing what to do. And so being careful that you're using, or let me rephrase that, being careful with the type of products that you're using and going above and beyond, really looking at those labels And I have a positive choice guide to non-toxic living. Feel free, if you want it, let me know. Positive, ensure that you get it. We have that, a checklist, and a variety of other swap option and ideas to help you transition into a holistic, cleaner life inside the group if you're not already. And so let me know. I want to make sure that everybody cleans this up because our animals are depending on us to keep them safe. It's up to us to care for them. Food, their environment, toxins in the air and in the environment. I learned also that overvaxing are the 4 top issues with our fur babies and their lives. Now, we can't really do too much with genetics, but we can a little, because there's a couple of oils that actually go back in and help rewire the DNA of our bodies and support our bodies in a more holistic way. And so we can help with that side of that, but we can absolutely take care of the home and toxins in the air. We can absolutely be conscious of vaccinations and be aware of these things with our fur babies. We want them with us today, tomorrow, and years and years and years. And the best way to do that is to start with presence and intention. And that's why I do what I do. It's so I want to go on, and that's exactly what I'm going to segue into now, is the intention. This is something I knew they were good, but I didn't know how good until this summer. Dr. Nate Brandt did 3 talks, and one of them was on the premise. And she's a integrative holistic veterinarian and doctor, both humans and pets. She says it's all the same, 4 legs, which I thought was amazing. And she was actually my veterinarian that took care of Thule and helped her when she got that cell tumor. She's the one that helped me get rid of it, and she's also the one that helped me lipomas in her body from ever growing again, all holistically. So it was pretty amazing that I got to visit with her. She sat right next together one day, and which was pretty amazing. It was wonderful listening to her. But what was this part is so emotional, because what put out there we received. We were reminded that intent is everything. Feeling inside is what is going to manifest outside. Just like everybody says, what you think is going to happen, it's the same thing. Oil, highly, highly vibrational, high frequency, and so are the essential oils. So you're utilizing them, or any sort of holistic wellness, because it vibrates at a higher level, a lot of really positive intent going into it, and put that out there. And when you apply an oil, the intention of what you want to happen, whether it's for peace, whether it's for healing, or just deep connection, whatever your intention is behind it, into the oil, as you put it on your animals, and the oil responds. I know this because, as I mentioned, I have my hamstrings torn pretty badly, and all weekend long I didn't know what it was. I had my appointment on Monday, yesterday, but excruciating to sit, to stand, anything for any length of time. I couldn't run, move fast. And I thought, goodness sake, I've got this bloody oil and it's sitting there and I am not using it. And I had all this different things, and I sat and oil on the back and down the back of my leg. And I got to tell you, within 5 minutes, the pain was absolutely 100% gone. I mean, it's still there, but I had full mobility and movement again. And so I thought, okay, this is something. Because if it's slowly helping and supporting my body, I can at least move and get through things. And so that I thought was phenomenal. So it was an absolute, there was proof to what I had just learned with putting the intention into it, because that's what I did. Is that the energetic partnership we share with our animals, and they know before we even speak it. And the oils know as well. So they're going to go to the area in which you need it. Your animal knows that you're trying to help this. And the more you relax and be present with your intention, the more they'll kind of into it. And I watched it happen whenever I watched this Anatolian German Shepherd dog get this raindrop treatment. And it was beautiful to watch him just relax in, because he had all these people doting on him as they were treatment. It was wonderful. I loved it. I remember giving Thule, and she loved it. She would just lean right into me and let me do it. She trusted me because the intention was in there. Products were in there. Your heart is in there too. So con on your intention and what you want to give, and allow it to show up, because it will. Young Living's oils to help facilitate. You will feel differences. Your pet will feel differences, and quickly as well. So I kind of want to go over a few practical takeaways that I received. And this was something that kind of woke me up. It was pretty cool. Be intentional with every single product. Doesn't matter what it is. How often, I know I do, in a hurry, and I'm not intention. I'm just going. Presence and attention and intention in everything you do. Every product you use and everything you do. That's number one. Two, you want to support your dog's energy field with frequency. So when they're down or stressed, or they have a trauma response, or something's going, support them with high frequency oils and lift them up. And there are some that are just amazing. Dogs that love it. Thule had her favorites. And then you want to make sure that your home, I learned, is detoxed, completely detoxed, because they live in your home with you, and it's closer. They are closer to the ground and in the toxins way more than you are. And so we have to be conscious of what is around our fur babies. So detox that home and their yard and surroundings. And then always speak intention in every drop. In every drop. Be intentional, be loving, and be focused on what you want, and allow it to manifest. I learned so much about crystals and oils and toxins in the environment, but what stood out probably as much, if not more, was the intention of every speaker and the intention of the event itself. It was pure love, pure energy, help and support our fur babies, all of them, and small, whether it's a fish or whether it's a horse, bunny, or any other animal in between. These, I've learned, work for them. You just have to adjust the dosages and shift and change a few things around. But the concept is the same for everything. When it comes to Young Living only, I can't even vouch for anything, and I would never use anything else. So if you're using something else, do not use them on your animals. Ideally, not on yourself either, because it's getting you. But with Young Living, I feel that safe knowing that what I'm using is supporting, not depleting. And that's huge. That's huge. So our animals trust us so much to protect them, to protect their health, their home, and their energy. They love us even when we don't get it right. We cannot always choose, but we can choose to do better every day and do better for them every single day. And that's what's going to show up. Entire week is all about its awareness and connection for both of you, your fur baby and you, and why it's so important. So, not in my group, then I invite you to join me in the Hive Dog group. Just comment group below, and I'll make sure you get the link. You can come and join us. We're going to be going a lot deeper this week, and we have a lot of helpful supportive materials, and I'm just excited all about the comments. Lots of slides sharing about the toxins and the different names of the glyphosate and all of the steps you can actually using and get rid of it. Get rid of the bad stuff because we don't need it around us. So with that said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And remember, always create something magnificent with your pup. And I will see you next week. Ciao for now. See you next week.